The Russia-Ukraine war is a complex and ongoing conflict that has its roots in historical, cultural, and geopolitical factors. Here is a detailed note on the war. Ukraine gained independence from the Soviet Union in 1991. However, it has a large Russian speaking population, particularly in Crimea and the eastern regions of Donetsk and Luhansk. The pro Russian president Viktor Yanukovych was elected in 2010, but in 2014 he was overthrown following mass protests in Ukraine's capital, Kiev, which became known as the Euromaidan Revolution. The protests were in part a response to Yanukovych's decision to reject an association agreement with the European Union and instead strengthen ties with Russia. In February 2014, Russian forces seized Crimea, a peninsula in the Black Sea that was part of Ukraine. Russia claimed that it was protecting the Russian speaking population in Crimea and that the annexation was necessary to ensure their safety. The annexation was condemned by the international community, with the United Nations General Assembly passing a resolution affirming Ukraine's territorial integrity. Following the annexation of Crimea, pro-Russian separatists in eastern Ukraine began an insurgency against the Ukraine government. The separatists established two self-proclaimed republics in Donetsk and Luhansk, which are not recognized by the international community. The conflict quickly escalated into a full-scale war, with both sides accusing each other of human rights violations and war crimes. The Ukrainian government and Western countries accused Russia of arming and supporting the separatists. Russia denied direct involvement but acknowledged that Russian volunteers were fighting on the separatist side. Satellites, imagery, and other evidence, however, showed that Russian military units were operating in eastern Ukraine and Russian troops were seen crossing the border into Ukraine. Several ceasefires have been negotiated since the conflict began, but they have been repeatedly violated. Peace talks have been held in various formats, including the Minsk Protocol and the Normandy format, involving Ukraine, Russia, France, and Germany. However, a lasting peace settlement has not been reached. The conflict has had a significant humanitarian impact, with an estimated 13,000 people killed, including civilians and combatants, and over 30,000 people injured. Over 1.5 million people have been internally displaced, and many more have fled to other countries as refugees. The conflict has also caused significant damage to infrastructure, including hospitals, schools, and homes. The international community has condemned Russia's actions in Ukraine and imposed several rounds of sanctions on Russia. The sanctions targeted Russian individuals, companies, and sectors of the economy, such as energy and finance. The United States and the European Union have also provided economic and military assistance to Ukraine. The conflict in Ukraine remains unresolved and tensions between Russia and Ukraine remain high. The conflict has demonstrated the difficulty of resolving disputes in the post Soviet space and the challenges of maintaining regional stability in a complex geopolitical environment.